Hi, I'm Samantha from Twinkl and I'm really excited to be exploring the Twinkl website with you today. With over 500,000 resources on there, there is so much to discover. Let's see what undiscovered gems we can find today. In today's Undiscovered Twinkl, we're going to see if we can find Imagine, book lists and homework help. Before we start exploring, I've got all the tools we might need. Binoculars so we can have a good look round, see what's on there, a compass for the directions of which we're going, and a magnifying glass. So we have a closer look at things we may not have spotted before. There are some really useful navigational tools on the Twinkl website, so I'm going to point those out to you as well, so that you might be able to do your own explorations and see what you can discover on Twinkl. So first of all, before we can go anywhere, we need to make sure we're logged in. So you should have your name on the top right hand corner and you'll see a few buttons come up and that means you're logged in, so you're all ready to go. If you haven't already got a Twinkl account, it is really quick and easy to sign up for one so that you can explore some of the resources that are available to you too. The first easy area to explore is the search for anything bar. So we're going to look for castles. Type in castles and there are loads and loads of different resources we can use, such as split pin night, this looks cool, castles from around the world, posters, keywords, colouring, lots of things all for our castle topic. Castle facts, this looks brilliant too. And another really useful area is these refine by. So you can actually filter your searches to look for specific areas and resources. So don't forget to use those as well when you're looking on Twinkl. So you can actually refine by home education and just find the resources for home educators. As well as, if I go back to all areas, look specifically, for example, for PowerPoints. So, and now I've got loads of information about PowerPoints for castles. That is perfect. So that's another really useful way for searching for things on Twinkl, so just in the search bar. You've also got these resource tabs along the top, so you can look at different areas. You might find it useful to look at some of the key stage areas, know if you're following a curriculum depending on how you home educate. And if I go on key stage 1 history, I can find castles and knights, and I've found all sorts of resources in there as well. Obviously we have our own dedicated home education tab, so if I go on the home education section, it's got all of the home education specific topics and subject resources you might find useful. So if I go on the subject resources, I can scroll down to find history, so I'm going to go on subject resources history and see if they've got anything extra I might like to add on castles. I've got a knights and mates worksheet, that sounds really good, and an activity resource pack. So that sounds really good. So I could get those as well while I was studying these. But there is also on home education another tab all about home education specific resources. And these have all been compiled and made by home educators as well. So they're really, really useful resources for home educators. So the search bar and the resource tabs are a really quick and easy way to find your way around the Twinkl website. However, there's a few other little navigational tools you might find useful going around Twinkl. The first one is on your name. If you click on your name, it comes up with a list of buttons, and don't forget to scroll down so you can see other areas on Twinkl you can explore. Right next to the home button, so if you click on the Twinkl page, you'll go back to home, but if you click on the menu button next to it, these 3 lines, it comes up again with information you might find useful about your account, your membership, and Twinkl collections, which again has all sorts of areas of Twinkl you may not have discovered that you might like to look at. And if you click on see more, there's a list of lots and lots of them. The third way to navigate around Twinkl is if you scroll down to the bottom, or whatever web page you are on, there is a site map at the bottom of the web page, or whatever web page you're on, and if you go on any of these areas, you can just click on one of them and it will take you directly to that area. And again, these are all sorts of different areas of Twinkl. So I'm going to try out Twinkl Imagine today. If you can't scroll down to the sitemap for whatever reason, or you want another quick way of finding Imagine, you can go to your username and find Imagine there. And you can even just type in twinkl.co.uk/Imagine, and that will take you to this page. So to make sure you can find it again. So Twinkl Imagine is an amazing creative resource, whether you use it for a bit of daily inspiration or for a whole day of activities for you to do with your children at home. It is brilliant. So you can start your day just by going, well, let's see what Twinkl Imagine's got today. And it always has an exciting photo to show you, and then some activities and discussion questions you can do. So here's today's photo. We can view it full screen. Beautiful. Then maybe we might want to discuss some of the questions with our children about the photo, such as how cold is it? What would you find living here? How do they survive? These questions can be differentiated between Key Stage 2 and Key Stage 1. So we've got what could survive here. They also have little challenges that your children might like to take part in. If you go on to Key Stage 2, it's got more details such as solve and discover, discussing ideas, and reimagine. So you could even do some thinking about some artworks or background to create an Arctic scene. Now, you do have to upgrade to Twinkl Imagine using Extra. You need the Extra package to access Twinkl Imagine. However, you can look at the photos for free. So if you scroll further down on the Imagine page, it's got loads of teaching ideas and resources you can use, covering all curriculum areas, including maths, English, science, geography, religion, art and design, computing, music, display. So you really can make this take the whole day or even the whole week if it's a photo you really find fascinating. But the really good thing about this is if a photo is already in the Twinkl Imagine collection, you could use it to start your project off, and it's another really good area to check for resources you might like to use. So at the top of the page, if you go to the top of the page, you can see Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2, Teach Your Ideas Activities, and See More Collections. So if I click on See More Collections, I can find history and politics, and there is a beautiful picture of a castle that I can use to start off my castle topic, as well as questions about who might live here, why was it built, how you can tell, so we can have a quick discussion about it, or we could spend the whole day on it and use some of the teaching resources they have further down on the page. And amazing, if you hold your mouse over the photo, more pictures come up, so you can even have a look at different castles. All with different questions underneath as well. So this one, for example, has got what are these ruins? And this one's got who built this? That is amazing. So Twinkl Imagine is one of my favourite parts of the Twinkl website because they have new photos every day, so you can check it daily for teaching ideas, just discussion questions to start you off. But it also has the collections area, so you can look at previous photos and get some ideas for the topic you're currently on. Brilliant. Now, another area of Twinkl that you may not have discovered yet is the book list. So you can find this by going on your username and scrolling down where you see a little pile of orange books and clicking on book list. But you could also use the sitemap in the grey box at the bottom of any Twinkl page, and under tools you will also find book list, and that will take you to the Twinkl book list. Now, the book list has been compiled by Twinkl as to books you may find interesting on certain topics. So obviously we're going to look for castles, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need to look for castles as well. You may be studying something else, and that will probably under your topics too. So castles and knights, if I scroll down, it's got 16 books all about castles that I might find useful for my topic, which is very, very helpful. Especially if you use a local library, you could request to get these books sent in. So they've got all sorts of books all about castles. But as I said earlier, they have so many different topics with book lists. Book lists, these are sorted into early years in Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2. So you can also look at the Key Stage 2 areas and see if there are other books that you might find useful. Oh, like circus or fantasy or popular stories, space. Lots of things are covered on the Twinkl website, so those can be really, really helpful, as well as also the Twinkl books that you may have at home. The last area of the Twinkl website we're going to explore today is homework help. Now this was an amazing resource when I found it, and it's so useful for my children to use as well. The easiest way to find homework help is just to scroll down to the bottom of the page, under tools, right on the right side is homework help, just in the middle here. So homework help, click on that, and it's an area on the Twinkl website giving you help with your children specifically for homework. But if you're a home educator, you might find it useful as an area your children can use to go off and do research for their lab books or any projects they might be working on. So it's a safe website for them to be able to do their own research. So you can pick whatever topic it is you might be doing, and you can use that to help get more information about that area. So history, if we click on history, you've got all sorts of different areas of history that you might be studying. There's castles in there, but also Great Fire of London, First World War, Romans, Stone Age, lots and lots of different areas. So if we click on castles just as an example, there is lots of information about what were castles used for, top 10 castles facts, what's the different parts of a castle. So I'm going to click on that just to see, and it's got a Twinkl illustration with all the different parts of a castle, as well as descriptions underneath, and that's going to come in really useful because I know my children can now log in and use that to get the information they need for their lab books. So that's so helpful. So as a reminder of what we've gone through today, there are different ways of navigating the Twinkl website. Start off with the search bar, but don't forget to use the filters to narrow down your searches to find what exactly you might be looking for, as well as using the resource tabs just underneath the search bar. There's also a grey sitemap at the bottom of the website and extra buttons around the website on your username tab and on the Twinkl home menu button. And if you get stuck at any point, there's always Twinkl Cares, which is the pink help button in the corner, and that has 24/7, 365 help any day of the week. So check out Twinkl Imagine, check out the homework help, check out the book lists, let us know how you've got on with that, and we look forward to exploring more of Twinkl with you soon.